So my project is to get the cine films which my dad took on this camera onto a format which we can all enjoy. So the collection included some standard 8, some super 8, some are on 5-inch reels, some are on 3-inch reels, and even a couple of pre-recorded films both in the 70s. So let's start the unboxing. Brief unboxing. There's plenty of other ones online you can look at, but basically it's all the usual rubbish. One instruction book, which is quite good actually. Your take-up reel, spooler. Bag of accessories, including your mains adapter, and this converts it to a UK one. Also comes with a European one. It just twists on and wait for the click. A USB lead to connect it to your computer. A basic lens cleaning cloth. But I would also use a puffer brush. These are adapters so that you can mount Super 8 reels on. Red one goes on the red, black one goes on the black or grey. And the main scanner itself. Quite hefty, plastic in build, but it does seem of good quality. And there she is. I priced it up to have it done professionally, and it was quite a considerable amount because of the number of reels. So I've invested in this Kodak Reels machine to see how we get on. So to do a film conversion, we need the memory card, a reel of cine, and a spooler reel. Let's get started. Right, let's put the memory card in the back of the machine. Let's turn it around so I can show you. See the slot? Right, lift the flap. And we will be using standard 8 on this particular example. But it will remind you. So we get a bit of this leader. And there's 4 little tabs you've got to get underneath. Depending on the quality of the film, sometimes they can be a bit awkward to get through. So I've used a cocktail stick sometimes to help draw it through. Got to make sure the film's under the tabs, all 4 of them. Sliding a bit through now, so I'll have enough to put onto the spooler. But you can do it whilst it's actually running, because it doesn't go through that fast, because it does 1 frame at a time. So I've got a bit there now. Now I'm going to close that one down. Let's just loop it into there so it don't come adrift too easily. That will go onto there. Now the film has to follow the solid white line. So round there. And round there. Just follow the line, the guideline. So it's already on capture. Now I will adjust the frame so you can see what those buttons do. Press OK. Now you've got your up and down, left and right, zoom in and zoom out buttons. So these, obviously we're in the leader mode. I'm just going to run a bit through first of all, then I'll come back to that. As we can see, it wants some frame adjustment. So let's do that a minute. So go back to close, frame adjust, OK, up, down, left and right, in and out. So let's go down a bit first of all, because we can see where the frame is just misaligned. So you can just see a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom. I'm just going to zoom out a minute. So that's the complete reel. So if you get in the middle there, and if I just go in a little bit more, doesn't matter if you have too much overscan, because you can edit that out with your software later on. So even though there might be a little bit of overscan, I'd rather have that, because I can always crop it in my final edit using my software on the computer or your phone. The 3-inch reels take approximately half an hour, and the 5-inch reels, which are really 4 of those on one, can take a couple of hours. So far so good. So to rewind it, put the film onto the other spooler, the original spooler, and you're going to put it back on the machine now to do the rewinding. Follow the dotted line. You ask it to press rewind. It double checks what you're doing, and then it goes. Rewound. The difference between standard 8 and Super 8. Super 8 has a bigger hole there, and the sprockets are much bigger on standard 8. Also the placement is different as well. Each sprocket on one of the Super 8 is in line with the picture, whilst those are at the top and bottom. So to convert from standard 8 to Super 8, use the adapters which come with the package. And the red one goes on the red one, and the grey one obviously on the grey one. Then select 8mm or Super 8 on the front, this time Super 8. So how were the results from the Kodak Reels? They were intermittent, some were excellent, some had a judder. I tried various different SD cards, different reels, and the same reel could be good one time and bad another. So rather than just do a review of saying what a load of rubbish this unit was, I sent it back and got a replacement on the advice of the Kodak company. And the second one has been perfect. So would I recommend this unit? Overall, yes, because I had the fault rectified promptly, and most of the problems I had were more to do with the film, with old splices breaking. So once I've edited the film clips with my Inshot program, I'll have great pleasure sharing with members of the family. Thanks for watching.